Hi guys, what's up? It's Jessica and welcome back to my channel and we're on episode 2. Since napag-usapan na natin yung mga qualifications and decided na talaga kayo maging pilot, pag-usapan naman natin ngayon yung mga factors to consider in choosing the right school. So, sobrang dami niyong pwedeng pagpilian and lalo na kung bago kayo sa industry, making the right choice can be really difficult. So, nandito ako para tulungan kayo. So we have a question regarding flying school from Miss Leia Alota. Hello, can you tell me about the kind of exam you must take from CAAP before you enroll in your chosen flight school or university? To answer this question, wala pong entrance exam for you to be a pilot or to enroll in a flight school. Directly enroll na talaga siya. Second question would be from Mabub Subuhani. Sana na-pronounce ko siya correctly. What percentage marks I have to score in high school to become a pilot? So there's no marks or percentage grade for you to maintain in high school. So the first thing na kailangan nyo i-consider is what type of training that you want or that is applicable to you. So there are two types of training. So the first one is integrated, in which ito yung full package of flight training. Ang inclusion nito is with college degree for 4-year course. And ito yung parang nasa college ka rin na may pina-follow pa yung schedule like semesters. And then third is yung payment term is really upon the school standards. Ang makaka-benefit nito talaga ay yung mga senior high school students na gusto mag-flying school right away after their senior high school graduation. Ito yung mga sure na talaga sila na gusto nilang mag-fly. So, the second type of training is the modular. So, ito yung training na ginawa ko. Wala siyang college degree na kasama. And schedule is really up to me. I can create my own schedule. And the third one is the flexibility of the payment terms. So, pag nag-enroll ka sa flight school and modular type training siya, hindi naman isa bagsakan yung bayaran. So, yung flexibility na sinasabi ko is kung ano lang yung kaya ko. So, for example, lilipad lang ako ng 2 hours this week, yun lang kaya kong bayaran and okay lang siya. So, kahit once a month ka lang lumipad, okay lang siya kasi hindi talaga ganun ka-strict yung payment terms. Para siyang pay as you go. Ang makaka-benefit nito talaga ay yung mga nakagraduate na ng college and gusto nila i-pursue yung flying course or career. And yung mga job na and hindi pa sila nag-resign and gusto nilang pagsabayin yung job and yung flying course. So, pwede yun. Since na-discuss natin yung two types of training, ngayon alamin nyo naman kung ano yung fit sa budget nyo, sa lifestyle, and sa future career goals. Second consideration would be the location of the school. So, kailangan natin malaman yung distance nyo from your home to the flying school. Kailangan din siya i-consider when it comes to expenses in flying school. So, pwede kang mag-car going to your school or mag-public transportation or mag-dorm. Usually, mga flying schools nag-offer sila ng dorm. So, very convenient to if sobrang layo ng tinirahan mo and additional benefit kasi pag binag-cancel ng flight and naghahanap sila ng volunteer, pwede kang lumipad and you're readily available. So, ito yung mga list ng mga flying school base na you can choose from. So, if you're from Luzon, from Visayas, and from Mindanao. So for my experience, na nakatira ako sa Cubao, and yung flying school base ko is located in Plaridel. I drive to Plaridel 40 kilometers per way. So, total is 80 kilometers a day din na drive ko. So, dedication lang talaga guys. Dedication. Since napag-usapan na natin yung location ng mga flying school, i-breakdown naman natin ngayon kung ano yung mga flying schools na yan. Meron ako ipoprovide na link sa description. Yung mga schools na accredited by CAAP. By the way, CAAP or Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines is like LTO for us, but anything aviation related. Another consideration is the reputation and safety records of the school. So, since nakapili ka nilang potential schools, you might wanna go visit or go for a facilities tour. So this will give you an overall good sense of the operation. Ito yung question na pwede mo i-ask how the planes are maintained. So next will be the aircraft and simulator. I-observe nyo yung aircraft and simulators. So, confident ka ba and you think that it is properly maintained based on how physically low. Wanna ask this question, ilan yung planes na meron ang isang school? So, pag kasi hindi balance ang number of planes, instructors, and students, it may chance na ma-cancel yung flight, ma-delay, ma-reschedule, or possible ma-skip yung training. So, maka-compromise yung duration ng flight school mo and as well yung quality ng education. So, ito yung isang bagay na kailangan mo i-consider. So, the more na mag-stay ka sa flying school, more chances na mas mapapagastos kayo. That's another thing to consider. So, additional consideration would be the environment. So, check mo yung classroom nila, if conducive ba sila for learning, enough ba yung equipment or tools for you to learn and to enhance your learning. Also, if the people are welcoming and assisting you to your needs. Additional consideration would be the instructor's background or experiences. Look for an instructor who is approachable and dedicated in helping the students to become the best version of themselves. You might want to ask also the number of instructors that they have. Kasi as what I mentioned a while ago, if the balance yung ratio between number of plain students and instructor, possible na magka-delay ka sa school and ma-affect yung quality ng education. So, for example, maraming planes pero konti yung instructor, madaming students, may chance na ma-cancel yung flight mo kasi hindi lahat ng students ay matuturuan within that day or let's say within the week. So, may possibility na once or twice a week ka lang naman. So, I think sa umpisa, personally, better to pick one instructor na comfortable ka with his or her teaching style. Pag na-build mo na yung foundation mo sa basic hand flying or sa flying, pwede ka na lumipat sa different instructors para makuha mo yung mga best techniques from each instructor and then i-combine mo into one. Another consideration is the schedule. So, i-make sure mo talaga na yung goals mo ma-meet with the flying school that you wanted. For me, I made sure na I have to fly 5 times a week and at least 2 hours a day para at least ma-meet yung goal ko na 1 year lang ako approximately mag-fly. Additional is kung kayang mag-one-on-one grad school ka and especially beneficial to sa mga pinagsasabay yung flying school and yung job or yung college degree course or anything. Pwede kayong mag-meet up somewhere like coffee shop at your own time na convenient sa'yo. So, of course, may additional fee para at least parang kayong tutorial na matuturuan ka niya in-depth para hindi ka kaya magtanong ng questions, para ka din talaga may personal mentor. And who knows, na at the end of the flying course, magkakaroon ka ng best friend. So, kasama ko siya sa Air One also and then sa Bugas and Trip. So, it's fun. It's really fun talaga na to have a best friend like him. You can talk anything about aviation and really same interest. So, since napag-usapan na natin yung lahat ng mga factors na kailangan mo i-consider sa flight, tutulungan ko naman kayong mag-prepare kung ano yung mga dapat ibilin before your flight school or ground school starts. Yes, ito yung pinaka-excited na part ako is uniform fitting. Ang may-recommend ko talaga na pilot uniform na sobrang gusto ko yung fit and yung quality ng tela or cloth is Alex Tailoring. So, ilalagay ko yung address nila sa description. Roughly, 1,500 pesos yung set ng uniform nila. So, next na kailangan mo bilhin is yung pin. This one, strike wing. Usually, na-offer talaga yan sa school. And yung shoulder board. So, kailangan bumili ng flight computer. So, yan yun. More complicated, no? Complicated talaga siya actually. So, pero kaya. So, next, isa sa pinaka-importante natin is pilot logbook. Dito nilalagay yung record ng mga oras na meron ka. Pilot essential din siya na every time na lilipad ka, kailangan mo dala-dala logbook. Next one is the plotter. Kailangan mo din siyang bilhin, and kung may mahiraman ka, hiramin mo na lang. And last is the walk chart. So, price talaga yung walk chart, and wala ako ngayon nun kasi nanghiram lang ako before. Kailangan din siya pag nagna-navigate na kayo. Since nalaman nyo na yung mga essentials na kailangan nyo bilhin for you to start your flying school, ngayon prepare naman natin yung mga requirements na kailangan nyo para at least pagpunta nyo sa school and naging interested na kayo, pwede nang i-present yun agad para at least tumatakbo na yung time para ma-start mo na yung ground school or yung flying course mo right away. So you would need your NSO, birth certificate, NBI clearance. You would need 2x2, 8 pieces, and 1x1, 16 pieces, and a white background na naka-pilot uniform. Ano ko i-recommend na studio for you guys na meron na silang fitting ng pilot uniform just in case na wala pa rin yung uniform. So next is the CAAP Medical. Bibigyan kayo ng instruction ng chosen flying school nyo for you to get your medical license before you actually start flying. After nyo makomplete lahat yan ng requirements and pasado na kayo sa medical, mabibigyan kayo ng student pilot license. Sobrang exciting nun. As in, grabe, nangyayari na talaga. Student pilot na ako. Ganyan yung feeling niya. Sobrang saya. Golden tips. Kung kaya nyo matapos agad yung flying school, huwag nyo lang patagalin. Is lang, kasi mas lalo kayong mapapagas. Second golden tip, don't pay in full cash. Kung ano lang talaga yung kaya mong i-consume na flying hours within the week, yun lang. Para hindi kayo magka-problema just in case na lumipad kayo ng school. Third golden tip na really important na kahit hanggang ngayon nasa airline industry na ako, every company, ito lagi yung pinapractice, yung pakikisama. Starting pala sa ground school, try nyo na talagang makisama sa lahat, sa students, sa instructor, as much as possible. Huwag sana kayong magkaroon ng hard feelings towards each other kasi small lang talaga yung aviation. So, at the end of the day, flying is all about teamwork. Your attitude will determine your altitude. So, guys, dedication, motivation, and passion. Those three words will definitely lead you to higher altitudes. So that's it for this episode number 2 on what factors to consider in choosing the right school. And if meron pa kayong questions, please ask in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for you to be notified for my future posts. Bye guys, and see you on my next